Oh, oh. Yeah, we're sitting up a little bit louder. Come on, I've been waiting on this all day. All right. Can y'all hear me now? I just want to say this too that I don't want to do that. Is that if Krystal were here, she would approve of my clothes today, because at any given moment she would have told me that I couldn't go somewhere with her. Different times, she would let me know that what I was wearing wasn't going to cut it, and I was so thankful for her brutal honesty. But one thing too, before I read this obituary, Lord knows the emotions that have been going through all of our families. I'm sure through all of your lives, that how abrupt these things can happen. Krystal's amazing legacy that she left. There's a lady here today that didn't necessarily want to speak out loud, but even when Krystal was still in high school, the way she sees it is it was Krystal's first student. Her son had all kinds of learning disabilities, and one of them was dyslexia, and he didn't know, and Krystal took him in under her wing and did some amazing things that I can't get into all the details, but one of them was that she was feeding him at night because the mother was working night and getting him to school. And now he has, if y'all know the story, I told her I was going to mess this up, but amazingly now he is a very successful young man and very highly educated, and they are forever in debt to Krystal and what she did for them. Okay, for the obituary. Okay, thank you. I still can't believe I'm doing this. Krystal Marie Harris of Bloomberg, Texas, went to be with the Lord on Wednesday, October 11th of 2023 in Dallas, Texas Hospital. She was born on January 13th of 1986 in Dallas, Texas, to her mother, Nora Dapp. She is preceded in death by her first child, Timothy James Harris Jr., her two aunts, Ana Alanis and Alma Rivera, and her grandparents, Augustine and Krystal Alanis. She is survived by her two beautiful children, Aiden and Addison Harris of Dallas, Texas, her mother and father, Mr. and Mrs. Andy Dunlap of Bloomberg, Texas. Her brother and sister Danny Sims, Texarkana, Arkansas, and Heath Dunlap of Bloomberg, Texas, and Heather Dunlap of Bloomberg, Texas, and Heath Dunlap, wife JC of Atlanta, Texas. She is also survived by multiple uncles and aunts and nieces, nephews and cousins, and many friends and loved ones who will miss her dearly. Krystal was a wonderful mother, a devoted daughter, a loving sister and friend, and a caring teacher and mentor that inspired many to follow in her footsteps. She was a talented makeup artist and an avid reader and loved to learn. The light, infectious laughter, and pure joy that she brought to so many can never be replaced, but will live in all those that she touched throughout her life.
Good afternoon. I was told I didn't have any nerve in me if I didn't walk up this side and trip over that, because that's something Krystal would have done. If any of you knew her really well, you knew how fun she was, how much laughter she brought to every occasion. I can't tell you how many times we've sat on the back porch and we've cried and we've laughed and we laughed and we cried all over again for many hours. The crazy antics that took place between all of us. There are so many stories. There's so many funny stories that are not appropriate to tell here. So we won't go into that, but you can later if you want to. When Nora asked me if I wanted to sing today, I didn't really know what to sing, because let me tell you, if there was somebody that disagreed with me on music style, it was Krystal. We did not agree on music at all, but that's okay. She So Nora asked me, I wrote 2 years ago when she, and since then I've had several mothers tell me, because it's a song of a mother to her daughter, and I've had several mothers who have lost children who have said, you know, this really has a double meaning. This song is, it's so much more than just a wedding song, and so I hope you all get that from this. This is Kalia's song. There's no other name for it. So I'm gonna go ahead, because I'm getting real, like, I usually don't get all nervous and everything, because I'm usually pretty good with people, but this is a different occasion. About daddy's last dance with his baby. But what about a mama who's gonna miss her like crazy? And from the day you came in this world, and you took your first breath, I've been holding mine ever since. Who would expect anything less? And I've been running in circles for the past 19 years. And today my eyes were open, and I faced all my fears. That little girl I once held for hours on end is letting go of my hand. And she's reaching out for his. And I see the way you make her smile, and I hear the way she laughs. And there's thousands of people who'll be jealous of what y'all have. And no, it won't always be easy, and you'll change 100 times and ride out the storms that roll in, and tighten the ties that bind. And I've been running in circles for the past 19 years. But today my eyes were open, and I faced all my fears. That little girl I once held for hours on end is letting go of my hand. And she's reaching out for his. town for hours on end. She's letting go of my hand, and she's reaching out for his.
Go first.
Hi, y'all. Can everybody hear me? I was told to hold it up to my mouth so y'all can hear me, but I'm trying not to hold it too close. For those that don't know who I am, I'm Nora's granddaughter, Gracie. Excuse me, I was so okay before I got here, and then now I'm just not, so just bear with me. I knew I wanted to say something today because I felt like it was only right. It's not very long, but it's something. I see her in myself at times, in the way that I talk to babies, in the way that I believe good Mexican food can solve all your troubles, and the way I can never let a good song go unsung, even if I don't know all the words. And in true Krystal fashion, I've written this 8 times. My Aunt Krystal was the keeper of my secrets, the teller of my favorite stories, and the reason I've laughed so hard my sides hurt for days. She was so many things in her life: a teacher, a mother, a sister, a friend, and probably the worst driver I've ever met in my life. But to tell you the truth, I think it's hereditary because me and Kalia aren't much better. There will never, ever be another person quite like her, but I think she'd prefer if there never was, because there could only be one Krystal. And I wish I had all the time in the world to talk to y'all about her, but instead, I'll leave you with a poem I found that I think she would have loved. I wrote this thinking about you, and if you were a novel, you'd be an adventure of sadness and happiness and love lost in between. You would remind me of the sky and mountains and constellations and caffeine. You would be full of pages that would make me laugh and other times fall apart. You would smell like history and a worn-out spine and ink that could still bleed. You would always be the novel I took down from the shelf to read. Thanks.
You know, when me and Grace decided to write something, we thought, oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff we could say about her, and there is. But when you go to put it all down on paper or type it up, then it doesn't come out. It doesn't happen. We probably talked for 3 days of how we say what we want to say. And I don't even know if what I'm going to say is still something that's going to make sense to everyone, but we'll see how it goes. I have typed this so many times trying to find the right words to say, and not just because you wrote all my papers for me in college, but because this shouldn't even be real. You were the person that was there for me in some of my darkest times. You were there when I was trying to decide if teaching was what I really wanted to do. You were there to help my mom out with the good talks and the bad, and you were there to make sure my makeup was perfection for every event, even on one of the biggest days of my life, my wedding day. You were there to fix every fight that me and Grace had, because in the beginning, or in the end, we are family. You were there for those 10 p.m. phone calls and tears, worrying about how I was going to finish my college assignments by midnight. Hence the reason why you wrote all my papers for me. You were there to make sure every holiday was better than the last. I can keep going, but I won't. What I'm trying to say is you were always there for everyone and everything, and now you're not. Some days I think I'll be okay, and then I realize that I won't ever be. Every time I realize this is real, my heart breaks all over again. You were the person, and in some situations, my person. In the famous words of Winnie the Pooh, how lucky am I to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard. I know I will see you again one day, and man, what a happy day that'll be. That's it.
Here I am, looking down on you from heaven. It's so peaceful, it's so free, like you pray. It is warm, it's so bright and so beautiful. My fears and my pain have gone away. 'Cause even all I miss you so. But I know we'll meet someday. But now please go and spread your wings and seize the day. I'm okay, 'cause I'm dancing in the sky. Each day I'm singing in the angels' choir. I hope that you go and live your life. Never give up, one day we will reunite. The sun shines so bright here in heaven. I'm at peace, I'm happy and I'm free. And someday we will walk these clouds together. But first you must go and see the world for me. 'Cause here in heaven all I miss you so. But I know we'll meet someday. But now please go and spread your wings and seize the day. I'm okay, 'cause I'm dancing in the sky. Each day I'm singing in the angels' choir. I hope that you go and live your life. Never give up, one day we will
I want to say, first of all, I'm so thankful y'all are here today. For you that travel from afar, teachers that are here. If you're a school teacher, can you please stand? Administration, anything with the school, I want you to stand. Folks, can we give them a hand for them to take care of our children? I salute you all for the heathens you have to take care of. Am I on, buddy? Y'all can be seated. Am I on? I am on. Well, I got a couple of stories that I got to tell you about me now. I want y'all to know something, that me and Krystal have the same type of sense of humor. So the first thing I got to do is I got to share with you first something stupid that we do. So I said, Krystal, have you ever heard the most annoying noise in the whole wide world? Y'all know what that noise is? Ah! It's just, that's what we would laugh at. So I got to tell you this story. So we went deep sea fishing one time, and we were on the boat. And Krystal and I are sitting, and we're back to back to some guys that had been drinking all night. And they got on the boat. They were playing dominoes, and they started cussing. They said this S word, the D word, the F word. And I said, Krystal, I got to say something. She goes, please, Uncle Junior, please don't say nothing. Please, 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 please don't say nothing. She goes, I said, I got to do it. So I got up. They were behind us, so I got up, and Krystal and I were sitting here. So I got up, and they were sitting right here. And there was three of them, two here and one here. And I had already done a prayer before we got on the boat. There was 100 people on this boat. And I said, before we got on the boat, does anybody want to pray? Take your hat off, we'll pray. So we prayed, we got on the boat, and we're sitting here. So I told this guy, excuse me, sir, my niece and I are here, and I don't, that potty mouth has got to go. And he said, who the blank do you think you are? That's what he said to me. While he's sitting down, I'm standing up. He said, who the blank are you to tell me? And this black man behind me, it took him 5 minutes to unfold. And he stood up. And as he unfolded, he looked like Andre the Giant, just huge man. He said, you watch your mouth. He said, hey, I got your back, cuz. Two of his fists made one of mine. I was like, yes, sir. I want to tell you something. There's battles that God will fight for you if you'll just let God have the battles. Now, I want to say this to all of you. We're all going to be here one day. That's a for sure thing. When you go, we don't know. I want to say this to you. This is a day of celebration for a believer. But I want to talk about something that's a little more personal. But before I get to that personal part, I got to tell you this other part. So Krystal was very sick in the end. And we went out to eat. She was in the back of the truck. Nora and Andy were in the front. And Andy was backing up the truck in the parking lot at Tamales. And we were far away from Andy. And they were in the car, and Andy was backing up, and I honked my horn on my car. And if you all know who Andy is, Andy, can you raise your hand for me? Just raise your hand like that. Andy does not say much of nothing. But when I honked my horn, he hit the brakes. And I saw him get out of the truck, and I saw him do this. And I'm thinking, he must be talking to Nora. There's nobody back there. I was way over here, and my horn went, it echoed. And Nora said, Andy, you're going to hit somebody! There's nobody. And Krystal was in the back seat just dying laughing. I opened the door. Her mouth was wide open. She couldn't breathe. She was laughing at what Nora was telling Andy, and Andy was having a meltdown. He doesn't ever have a cow. But today, he had both hands up. There's no one here. And I told Nora, it was me. She said, no, there's somebody back there. I said, Nora, it was me. So, these are little things. And I got to tell you this part, too. So my sister said, what are you going to wear? I said, my sister doesn't like me to wear those Hawaiian shirts. I said, I'm wearing shorts and a Hawaiian shirt. She goes, no, you're not. I said, yes, I am. I told somebody video, because I'm going to do it. And then some of the ladies, I told them I was going to do this. They said, you better go change. I said, I'm not. So my sister drives up. I said, this is what I'm wearing. She goes, no, you're not. I said, yes, I am. You're not doing this to me today. I said, yes, I am. I said, this is my clothes, and it looks fine to me. It matches. It didn't match? Okay, appreciate it. My deal is this. You can be a Christian and have joy, but you can also be a Christian and be so sad. And I want to say all this to all of you. You can have a great job. You can have people all around you. You can have money in the bank, have everything that a perfect life, and you can still be broken. There's that are living a lie that you say you're okay. Hey, how are you doing? Fine. Listen to me. I've been a drug addicted to a lot of things. But in order to get help, you got to admit you got a problem. So I want to say this to you. Something that stood out to me that has been, my brother, I got backup. There's got one lens. These are my backup. Yes, I need them, sir. Those are backups. Those are in case I don't have nothing. I should have just wore them all sides. You know, we try to impress people. People do. I don't do that. I don't care what you think. I really don't. You can ask me, you can tell me, you can talk smack. I don't care. I'll go home and I'll think about it. I say, no, forget them people. Then I'll think about it. I say, maybe they were right. Honey, what do you think? Yeah, they were right. I'm not going to lose no sleep. You may think I will, but I'm not. Just because I'm awake don't mean that I'm upset with what you said. These are the little things used to gnaw on me. You know, I'll tell you this. I've never heard anyone laugh like Krystal. She had a laugh, and you just get into the laugh with her, and laugh, and I'm thinking, Krystal, stop, I'm going to pee. Stop laughing. And she would just keep on, and then it would make her laugh more, and then she would, I'm like, Krystal, stop. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, we would make jokes about people. We would talk about people like, we were in the car. I said, look at that person. Look at that other walking. I wonder, you know, we would talk stuff. PG-13 here. We would laugh about stupid stuff. But I want to say something. Did you give me the cross? Where's the cross? You took it home? You took my picture home? Are you serious? No, I did not. Cut. No, I'm playing. Cut. No, are you serious? We're going to have a problem.